You know when you get to that point with something you're trying to do and you're like, that's good enough. Well, that was always my problem in life. I always had that, that's good enough. I hate that about myself. I don't like that. That's why I was like a solid B- student. See, I did okay in class. But I wish I had that drive that so many people do to just excel at everything, but I made peace with the fact that I'm not. But what I'm referencing is this dang hairstyle this morning. That's good enough. It's too big. It's too tall. It looks ridiculous. This is right out of the gate, folks. This is how high it is to begin with. Then during the day, I kind of smush it down. So you're seeing factory fresh. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad I have a full head of hair. That's not my cross to bear, losing my hair. I've got lots of other crosses that I'm busy with right now. So don't forget that, everybody. All right, so what are we going to do today? We're going to shave with some shaving soap from a small family business called the American Vintage Soap Company. Now, I was just on their website, and I didn't see exactly where they're located, but they are in the U.S., and they like to use as much as they can U.S.-sourced products. So it's a small family business. Seemed like a real devout religious family that uses their faith to kind of spur them on in all things. This one is called the Final Shaving Soap Alpha. Now they have three different scents. One's the original, one's the Alpha, one's the Omega. So you got the beginning and the ending. I don't know why it's called the Final Shaving Soap. I don't think that's the final one. There's probably going to be a lot more after that, but I'll tell you what, this stuff smells good. We'll talk about that in a minute. I took a shower. I did this ridiculous thing of hair, and now I'm going to put some hot water on my face. Now, if I was smart, since I'm using the Alpha, I would use my Alpha razor, right? No, I'm not smart. I'm going to put that up here. I'm not silly. What I'm going to do, there's a connection. This is a small family-run business, and this razor, my old Sinatra Lennon signature, can you see that? Can you see the Texas and it says Sinatra Lennon on there? This is Yates Precision Manufacturing, another small family-run business here in the United States. So we're doing that. And then West Coast Shavings got a brush. They sent me this brush a long time ago, and people seem to like it, this honeycomb shape. So we're going to use that. We got the West Coast. I don't know where American Vintage is. I can't remember where Yates Precision is, but that's what we're going to do today. All right, so let's lather up with this stuff, the Alpha. They sent me the Alpha, so thank you, Robert. Said, I hope you enjoy it. Thank you again. See you on the YouTube. So we're going to try it out. Here's what it looks like. It's fairly firm, but if I really pressed hard, I could, get my finger in there, but it's not like a goopy, so that's nice. I like that. If it's a little too much like Greek yogurt, I tend to get too much on the brush. So what I'm going to do, and what other people don't do, is I'm just going to lather from here. Now, that's a bit wasteful on my part, but this is just for fun. We're just trying it out for you. If I was going to, if you want to save it, get a bowl, or just do a little bit. Just do a bit like this. I'm not taking too much. Oh, this stuff smells so good. This stuff is their spin on something called thieves oil. Have you ever heard of that? Thieves oil. So I'll tell you about that, the little bit of research I just did. So here's the scents. So it starts off, it's got saponified stearic acid, organic coconut oil, and then the essential oils. Now, these are the scent. Cinnamon bark, clove, lemon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And that's kind of a smell, I was going to say flavor profile of something called thieves oil, which goes back to ancient times. So what I will tell you, in modern times, this stuff smells fantastic. I'm getting a lot of the cinnamon. I'm getting the lemon. Yeah, so it's really good. Now, last time when I did this, let me put some more water on my face. I feel like I've talked for far too long. I can hear you. You're talking for far too long. Get to it. Last time I did this, I've used this once this week. I didn't put enough water. So just remember, if you don't have enough water, if your lather is kind of thick or kind of, not going around real airy and bubbly, just add a little bit more water. You can always add more soap. Anyway, I'm getting a lot of that fresh, especially cinnamon on the top note, but nothing too strong. And it's not making my face burn. I had some sort of cinnamon, I think it was like a eggnog, I don't know what it was, some Christmas thing a long time ago that burned and felt terrible, but because I think it had cinnamon in it. But this is great. This stuff smells really good. So it's avsoapco.com, and they have an Etsy store, American Vintage Soap shop.etsy. I'll put those links down below. But anyway, the final shaving soap, Alpha. Alpha. All right. Let's take the Sinatra Lennon Signature razor, and we've got a double-edged safety razor in there, a feather I've used once. Of course, there's a double-edged razor in there. What am I saying? All right, let's go. They don't sell this anymore at Yates. This was a limited time deal. Maybe they'll reach out to me in the future and say, hey, you want to do another one? I'll say, of course. But anyway, so Robert and the family or whoever is working there at your the shaving soap company, thank you for sending this to me. It smells beautiful. It lathers beautifully. It gives what I remember from the last time. It's this rich, creamy. And you could, I watched, he's got one video up right now. And he made just the most beautiful lather in a bowl, which, you know, I'm not a bowl guy. But you can go even beyond the pleasure that I'm having right now with this. If you just do a little extra work. And see, there you go. Once again, full circle. I'm the that's good enough guy, but I'm trying to fight that. I'm trying to fight it. I'm trying real hard, Ringo. Trying real hard. But once you identify your true nature, that's only the first step. Then you either choose to continue or change things you don't like about your nature. And that's hard to do. That's hard. It's not impossible, but it's hard. And you're never too old to learn something new. I was discussing shaving with my coworkers today. I'm drooling for some reason. Pardon me. It's because I'm hungry. It's lunchtime and I got to go take the dog for a walk and then get something to eat. And we were talking about shaving. So I asked my coworker, what do you shave with? And he said he just uses one of those old, you know, Bic single blades, which I said, well, that's great. You know, single blade is good. But if you want, man, I've got this enormous amount of stuff that you can try a safety razor at if you want. And he said, oh, you could start a collection. I said, start a collection. I've got the collection. Do you want some? It's ridiculous. Oh, my goodness. People are still wanting to send me stuff. I still haven't sent out my stuff, for goodness sake. Now, I appreciate everyone that reaches out to me that wants to send me stuff. I don't always respond because I don't always want to get into the habit of just taking every single person that wants to send me something, and it's not a ton or anything. I just don't want you to go through the hassle because I'm starting to kind of wind down with getting new stuff. I've got too much stuff, and but I really appreciate when people do reach out to me, even if I politely decline. It's just me. It's me. It's slowing the train down, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to do this forever, folks. And it's it's been a long time coming. We've been doing this, so I'm not quitting anytime soon, but I'm just thinking about it. That's all. That's all I'll say for now. That's all I have to say about that. So if you have reached out to me and I haven't either gotten back to you or I said thank you, but no thank you, that's all it is. It's all me. It's not you. So I really appreciate when people do go to the trouble. And it's really hard to say no thank you, but I've gotten to that point in my life where I say no thank you. And it's a freeing portion of your life. It feels good to, like if a friend says, hey, you want to help me move this weekend? Now, I probably will. But there are times where they say, hey, can we come stay with you for 6 weeks? No, that's not going to happen. Of course, that's a bit extreme. All right, there's the first pass. Do we have any nicks? I don't see any yet. That's good. This one, it's got the magnet on the bottom. You guys know that. It's got a magnum. It's got my name on top. Got my screen name on top. So cool. Thank y'all for doing that. That's neat. Wonder how many of these got purchased. 1. So if you go to, I think they still make this razor. This is just their Murica razor, and I did reviews and shaved with this for, a million times. M-U-R-I-C-A with an apostrophe at the beginning, like Murica. It is a really good razor. It's a solid design. It feels great. So anyway, my other coworker, I think he kind of listened to me talking about using safety razors, and he bought one of those Henson razors, which I've never tried. Now, someone keeps asking me in the comments, have you tried a Henson? No, I haven't tried a Henson. I have not tried a Henson. I've not tried a Henson. I have not tried a Henson with that woman. If you guys are getting some of these references, then yeah, you're old like me. I mean, like real old. I don't work in memes, you see. I'm too old for memes. I work in old movie and pop culture references. That's my currency. As cringy as it may be. I gotta be careful here. Going this sideways route, I get a bit cavalier and a bit fast sometimes across the chin. And that's where I run into problems. So just take your time. You don't have to do what I'm doing. You know, the old parent thing, do as I say, not as I do, blah, blah, blah. It's true. It's all true. You will have that tone of voice and have that response until you become a parent. And then it all comes clear. It all comes clear. Of course, I was a perfect child. My parents never had any problem with me because actually it's pretty cool. I was such a people pleaser, nerdy, you know, I didn't want to rock the boat. I didn't want to be a rebel. What are you rebelling against? Well, nothing really, I guess. All right, there's the second pass. Man, so smooth, so soft. Oh, I've been kind of neglecting my shaving this week and just going the cheaper. I switched over to this Sweet Wolf, Sweet LF that they sent me years ago for my quick little, you know, shaves in the morning or shaves when I want to do whatever. Instead of the old Panasonic, but I saved it, or whatever it was. I saved it. That old one. But, yeah, that was a big shake-up around the house. Let's see, we got everything? Oh, yeah. So, like I said, with this is the Alpha scent, which is their take on thieves oil. Thieves oil. Let's talk about thieves oil. Thank you. Thank you for reminding myself. Back in the old days, there's a few stories, so I don't know exactly where it comes from, but during the plagues, like in France or in England in the Middle Ages, those kind of plagues, bands of thieves would go to people's homes or just streets or wherever, find people that were sick or had just died, and rob them. And they would put masks, because at the time we didn't know anything about science or germ theory and all that jazz and whatever. We didn't know what it was. It was an imbalance of bodily humors caused by a small toad or dwarf living in your stomach. And so what they would do is just cover their faces, well, not only to disguise themselves, but to cover and to not get sick. Cover up the scent of the dead bodies and to supposedly not get sick. So they would impregnate these cloths that they would wear with this blend of essential oils, which were like the cinnamon, clove, lemon, eucalyptus, rosemary. And my goodness, what a beautiful scent it is. I mean, thank you, thieves. That was a bit, I wouldn't say it was a victimless crime because the victim was right there laying on the ground, but your taste in essential oil scents was just remarkably good. Of course, it probably was all they had laying around, so I'm not going to give them too much credit. But anyway, that's kind of the general story of thieves oil. These thieves covered themselves in oil. Now, when I get these quiet moments, you can hear the whiskers still being taken off, which is why I do 3 passes when I feel like it. This doesn't happen all the time. But I'm having a good time with y'all today. Come on. Sorry, I do this thing where I blow my cheek out to make the whiskers stand up more and hopefully get a little bit closer shave. It's incredible how many times you can go over your face, even when you're being careful, like I think I am. And there's still little whiskers. That's because they grow in all weird directions. So it might just, glance right over it, not take it down. Take it down. That's like a Charles Roberts saying. You can tell that I studied at the altar of Charles Roberts in my first days. Even going to the guru himself, being shaved by the guru. Oh yes, Maharishi, tell me your truth about the buttress and this quadrants. All right, oh my gosh, that is such a... I'm telling you, my coworker, I'm gonna put together a little gift bag. I don't know what to give him though. If I have a Murica razor, if I can find that, I will give him that. I'll give him some feather blades. I'll give him, I don't know if I should give him a brush or not. Or if maybe I'll just let him use his same shaving soap or whatever he uses, because I didn't ask him that part. just give it to them, because once you've experienced this, it's kind of like, I don't want to be one of those guys that like, you just read a book and you're telling everybody about that new book and you won't shut up about it. I don't want to be that guy. Or this band, dude, you got to hear this band, you got to get in. It's like, okay, thank you. It's just old man stuff. Anyway, I don't want to be that guy, but I want people to know, and that's why I do these videos, that there is a different way if you want to try it out. If you want to stick with your old tried and true, that's fine. But if you just want to venture outside just for fun, man, woo, it'd be a real eye-opener. All right, so I think that's it. My goodness, that was a really, really enjoyable, smooth, nick-free shave. And this razor's good. Yates Precision Manufacturing. Go check them out. American Vintage Soap Company. This is a beautiful shaving soap. It's rich and thick. It lathers beautifully and easily. It smells great. And that's the Alpha. The Alpha. The Alpha and the Omega. Beat the devil out of that little brush right there. There we go. Put it back. Oh, no. It's going back in the drawer, so I let them dry out right over there. All right, let's wash our face off in semi-cold water. Why semi-cold? Just cause. And then as I do, well, you know what? I've shaved this a couple of times. I'm going to take the blade out. Unscrew it. This is a 3-piece razor with a flat, straight sort of guide bar. Not, it's got that little flatness to it instead of teeth. What do you call it? Open comb instead of open comb. I don't know the jargon. All right. And then the blade bank. Sharps. There we go. You don't have to have one of those. You just, like I said, put it in a couple of squares of toilet paper, fold it in there, and then snap it in half so it's a little thing, and probably less chance of cutting someone. Wrap it a couple of times. There used to be this couple that watched my videos years ago, and they always said, we always wait for the magic towel to show up. Where's that towel coming from? I'll never tell. I'll never tell my secrets. All right, Cremo, just because. Oh, and I had a German comment that wanted to know what hair stuff I use to get this monstrosity. Cremo thickening paste. Now, look for the paste. There's lots of different pastes. Now, this is not the only paste I've used, but this was a great one. I had another one that I actually stole from my wife's cousin's son, who'd gone to college and left what little hair paste there was. And I had not brought any product at all. And so I used what little bit of hair paste there was. And it was great. It was like, oh, this does what I want without being mousse. Oh, we're doing some Captain's Choice, 45th parallel. And it keeps my hair like, I can sleep on this tonight. Now, it looks like this now, but you can change it during the day. Add a little water to wake it up or have it lay down or whatever you need to do. You can sleep on it. The next day, come in the morning, put a little bit of water in your fingers and your hair, and it'll stay again. It's fantastic. And it's not sticky. It doesn't smell. It's just hair paste. Wish I'd known about it before. That's my job, is to let y'all know about stuff I've already learned. I'm trying to do that with my children, so you don't have to waste the time to learn it. But, as with anything, don't just take my word for it. Try it out. Try it out yourself. See what you think. Your opinion will be different than mine. All right, 18 minutes, that's long enough. Thank you again, Robert, and to everybody over at American Vintage Soap Company. This is a really nice soap. I really like it. I'm going to keep it out and amongst my shaving paraphernalia, because that's what I do when I get new stuff that I like, including that. Dr. Ed sent me this Beach Bum, that South African stuff. So good. Bundu Beard. This is one of my favorites. So this will be in my favorites drawer until it falls out of favor at some point, and then who knows what. But anyway, thank you all for joining me. And I hope you all have a great weekend. And yeah, I guess that's it. I'll send out those gravel bags eventually. I promise you. I don't know when. Could be 6 months from now. It's terrible. Oh well. All right, everybody.